Okay, so whether you're in engineering mode or if you're in operator mode, if you want to pump down the chamber or do anything, the best thing to do instead of opening and closing valves by yourself is use a macro. So if you click on the macros, there's two macros. One's called vent chamber, one is pump down the chamber, and the other one's stop running a macro. So if you hit vent and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't want to vent, you can come back in here and hit stop and it'll stop running that macro. So right now the chamber's under vacuum, so we're at about 39 millitorr, and both the isolation throttle and four-line valve are open. We're pumping. I'm going to vent the chamber. So we're going to come over here, and I'm going to hit vent chamber, and you see the first thing it did was close these valves, and we're delaying, and you can see this little box here is telling you the system is busy. And so if I wanted to stop, I could stop the macro now, but I'm not going to. So now it's opened up the N2 valve, and so it's slowly letting N2 into the chamber. And so you'll notice right up here the vacuum interlock, it's got above that point. So that means the vacuum interlock's not engaged anymore. And we're slowly, system's telling you we're waiting for atmosphere. And when we hit atmosphere, you'll see there's the atmospheric sensor shows up. So what the system is doing now, even though we're at atmosphere, it's waiting another 10 seconds before it turns off the nitrogen valve to make sure the chamber's really at atmosphere. And then it turns it off. So now the system's in atmosphere. And I can do what I want. I can exit here. And let's say I'm going to go into operator mode, OPR. 1, 2, 3. And the difference with operator mode is I have another button called run that I don't have in engineering mode. Engineering can edit a recipe, create a recipe, but they can't run them. You have to run them in operator mode. You still have the alarms and the support, so you can look stuff up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be in operator mode, and I'm going to pump down the chamber. So I'm going to come over here and hit pump down chamber. So we're slow roughing for 14 seconds, and you can notice that the chamber's roughing for, for 8 seconds. We're just getting to the point where the atmospheric pressure switch says we're not in atmosphere, so now we're getting into the vacuum area. And look, it opened up the baritone isolation valve. You can see we're at 500 millitorr, and the pressure is slowly coming down. It considers the chamber under vacuum because the valves are all open, but you can see the pressure slowly coming down. And so really the system will sit like that until it pumps down. So at that point, you can